Hi, this is David Rothfeder. We are going to be playing this month one of my all-time favorite settings for a game, Unknown Armies. This is going to be the third edition, which I have not had a chance to play, but I'm super excited to do so. Let's go around and just quickly everyone introduce themselves. If you want to say a little something about yourself, go right ahead. Don't feel obligated to do that. You can just say, hey, this is my name, and pass it on to the next person. So let's start with Yoshi.
Sure. My name's Yoshi. I'm familiar to probably other people watching Gauntlet videos. I've never played Unknown Armies, so I'm really interested in trying it out, even though I backed the Kickstarter and have all the books. Have not even cracked them open, so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, you kind of cut out there for me. Was it just me?
I heard everything okay.
Yeah. Okay. It is probably my computer. I haven't had problems like this in the past, but I'm just going to start closing down a bunch of tabs and hope that helps. Okay, so then let's go on to Noel.
I'm here. I'm Noel. This is also my first time playing Unknown Armies, and I am not very familiar to the Gauntlet community, so that's all I can think of right now.
Okay, is it just me again that was freezing there? Geez, that's going to make doing this a lot more difficult. Let me try. Why don't we finish doing introductions? I'll try out and try to come back in and see if that helps. Okay, so I'll be back in a couple minutes. You guys just go on and continue.
Brian, you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Brian. I'm fairly new to the Gauntlet, although I did a few one-shots, I don't know, last year. And yeah, didn't know much about Unknown Armies until signing up for this game. So, but yeah, looks interesting, and I'm looking forward to it.
You're in for a treat for sure. Yeah. All right, I'm Jim Crocker. I just joined the Gauntlet pretty recently, but there's folks on the Gauntlet who may know me because I own a game store called Modern Myths. We do a lot of vending at a lot of Northeast cons, so all the double exposure cons, PAX East, Europe PAX Unplugged. So some of you probably have indie games on your shelves that you may have bought from me. So, but this is kind of a concerted effort on my part to take my gaming out of the store and play with people that are not like customers that I have a customer relationship with, and it's been really great so far. So I'm really enjoying the experience I've had thus far with the Gauntlet community. So my experience with Unknown Armies, I've played it a bunch at cons. It's a really great one-shot game, and I ran a brief campaign in second edition where we played maybe like 4 or 5 games of it, something like that, before that campaign kind of petered out. But I'm really looking forward to this. I haven't had a chance really to look much at third edition. We backed the Kickstarter as a store, so we've got I got a huge pile of them. But as you might imagine, I end up looking at a lot of games, and this is one of them that kind of I have always wanted to check out. And as soon as I saw that an opening had happened, I jumped right on top of it. So I'm really happy to be here joining all of you. And I think I stalled long enough that our GM is back.
Yeah, I still got a little bit of a lag there, but let's hope it just mellows out. And then Brian, have you had a chance to introduce yourself, or?
I did. I can. The short version is I'm pretty new to the Gauntlet, and very new to Unknown Armies, but looking forward to it.
Okay, excellent. So for those who are familiar with the game, this is going to sound familiar, but Unknown Armies is a very different kind of horror game. And don't get me wrong, it is absolutely a horror game, but it's not horror as in like the Final Girl is, where there's a slasher out killing everyone or horrible monsters. It means there can be horrible monsters, but it's the world in Unknown Armies is a very scary place, but nothing is scarier than people, especially people who know just how scary the world is. And you are going to be playing those people, or at least people who suspect how scary the world is. You will be playing characters who might come off as paranoid, maybe schizophrenic. Definitely if you have people about what you've been up to, they're going to think you're crazy. As a matter of fact, madness is a big part of this game, but not in the like Cthulhu aspect of it, where it's just like, hey, how crazy am I? I think it actually does a really good job of breaking mental illness down into effectively trauma. There's a couple types of ways that you can get trauma or traumatized, and has different effects on your character, who is a person. And my recommendation for people playing this game is play your character as a person as much as possible, even though there might be times where your character is incentivized to act as a caricature. There are ways where you might want to act very stereotypically and very one-dimensionally, and that is an act for your character. That is not who your character is. Until you get to the point where you just, get so damaged that you believe your own different story. Because this can be a very intense sort of setup, we are going to use the X card. If at any time you don't feel comfortable with the content, type out in the chat, hold up your hands with X, say X card, whatever. We will then and we'll take a couple minutes, figure out what went wrong. There's no pressure on the person who calls X card. It is completely stigma-free. Use the wrong stigma is a different thing. Very Unknown Armies.
Unknown Armies
but we can have a conversation about what went wrong. If we can retroactively correct what happened so that it is acceptable to everyone, then we will continue play with those edits. If we can't play any longer, hey, we understand. Everyone's safety is the most important thing. I'd also like to put an opportunity out for people to just say, hey, I don't want to see this. We'll go put that on the table, and we'll respect those boundaries. Does that sound all right to everyone?
That all sounded good, but you did freeze up for me for a good little chunk there. Just so you know, but I think I'm
was that to everyone?
Yeah, but it was kind of entertaining to me because it was like, as long as we say, and then blank, like it was like perfectly comically timed.
Okay. Okay, I might have to just do a computer reboot then, which is what I was avoiding. See if that helps out. I do want to apologize to everyone. Everyone does have those links that I posted.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to take a quick look at those chapters, it might be a couple of minutes. I really apologize for this. That it is totally terrible. My computer was working just fine all night last night. Shit happens.
What chapters do you want us to look at?
As long as you don't get too deep into it, like the first few chapters, it's not well organized, I have to say, but everything until it's quite a ways through until you start getting into things that are like, hey, this could be a fun surprise. Let's see, like it looks like about chapter 4 or 5. Yeah, chapter 4, it's talking about weird things, And if you read some of that weird stuff, that's fine. But at the end of the day, if I pull something from a weird section, it can be more fun if it's a surprise versus not a surprise.
Is it all right if we take a look at...
I don't know how much I cut out there.
I got most of that. I was just curious if we could take a look at the avatars and the adepts, if that's something we were interested in doing.
Well, I mean, if you already know about it and that's what you want to play, that, you know, then it's going to be, hey, this is appropriate to you.
Sure.
If in the character discussion you say, hey, I'm interested in playing someone like this, I might put on push in front of you, hey, it sounds like it might be this thing. So it's not that I'm going to have avatars and adepts off the table. It's just if you know exactly how adepts work, and then I throw an adept at you, well, if this is the first time you ever play Unknown Armies, oh my God, that's a delicious surprise that you'll never have a chance to experience. So that's all I was saying there.
What the heck?
Cool.
So
Sounds
I will
good.
be back in a couple of minutes, and again, I apologize for this.
No worries.